Okay, so welcome to the Emerging Futures Foundation meeting. This is a first for the whole group of people who are part of the Emerging Futures Foundation. How this session will go is mostly we will be getting a lot of sharing from you guys, and a lot of it will be facilitation. There is not going to be much training work happening today. Let's start the session with immediately taking some sharing from the assignment. Before you came to the workshop, I had requested you guys to visualize and write down what is your version of the foundation and its vision. What do you think the foundation could be working on? What could it be, focused on? What could be the elements of this? How will it function? What could you do in the world, and who could Emerging Futures be in the world? All kinds of funny questions. Best is let's get some sharing. But just to give you a background of the work that we intend to do, is all the work is going to be eco rather than ego. And so most of the challenge is going to be, how do we get people to speak to each other without ego? How can we collaborate together and, without ego, and actually connect with the universe without ego? So that's one. The second is, of course, a lot of the work we are going to be doing is not some individual transformation work only. I mean, individual transformation work is not the idea. The idea is that we want to transform systems. We want to transform systems. We want to work with the ecosystem, the social system, the spiritual system. Each human being who is living in the country, here and abroad, anywhere, everyone is inside of some system. And the work that Emerging Futures Foundation could do is really mostly inside of those intentions. To share with you the intention of the Emerging Futures as we created it before today, we created a future for Emerging Futures, not necessarily the foundation, but for the whole of Emerging Futures. Our work is with individuals, families, organizations, and societies for the following. Number one, to shift the awareness from egocentric to being ecocentric. Two, to shift the awareness from individual-centric to system-centric, such that people can see the system that are at play, which is causing the current reality. And then number three, through awareness-based collective action, bring change in the systems such that the system can take care of itself. The system can take care of, all the stakeholders in the system and create equitable results for all people. So shift the awareness from egocentric to ecocentric, to shift the awareness from individual-centric to system-centric, so that the system or the people in the system can see the system at play. And then through awareness-based collective action, bring change in those systems such that the system takes care of the stakeholders and creates equitable results for all people. And we created this foundation last month in January, I think it was, a month and a half back. The whole idea of having a foundation, and we settled it that we are going to have a foundation in January. And then there were meetings in January in Bangalore. Some meetings between Ferdy, Vijay, Manoj, myself, Raj, Nilesh. And then there was a meeting with the graduates in Bangalore, and a few of you attended that. So there was Gavya, there was AGR, there was Pallavi, and there was Jayashri. And we created that we are going to go ahead with this foundation. There was a whole intention around that. And then from then to now, we've been able to gather together quite a few of you who are committed, intentional about this foundation. So
Yeah.
that is why we are meeting today. That the foundation starts to create itself. Fadi, have I missed anything? That you'd like to say?
I was wondering whether you got a slide, Vivek, of what you just said.
No, I don't have.
You don't have it?
No, Fadi. I haven't put it in a slide,
I
whatever I
have-
just said.
Vivek,
Oh.
I have the intention if you want. What do you
Manoj,
looking
I
at the
think,
intention?
Manoj, if
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
can share the
think
intention, that will be great.
Okay.
Just put the intention up so,
one
and then
second.
people can grapple with it, Vivek. Otherwise,
Okay.
If you can share it on WhatsApp, Fadi, Manoj, I'll put it into a slide.
Yes. Can you see the Word document?
yeah,
Yes.
can you expand that intentions part?
Yeah. Give me a couple of seconds. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm not able to expand. Okay.
I thought you had it in the slide deck, Vivek, if I'm not mistaken.
That 1 second.
Well, anyway, you can squint and see, right? Everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get clear. So the first one, can somebody read it?
1 second. I don't know why it is not scaling up.
No, let's go with what we have. Manoj.
Yeah.
So
So
somebody,
you want me to, yeah,
yeah,
our intentions
yeah,
work with individuals, families, organizations, and societies for the following: to shift the awareness from egocentric to ecocentric, to shift the awareness from individual-centric to system-centric, such that people can see the systems that are at play causing the current reality. Through awareness-based collective action, bring change in the system such that the system can take care of all stakeholders and create equitable results for all. Our team of global faculty.
No, don't go there. Only the.
don't go there.
Yeah.
Great. So Vivek, why don't you take some, I recommend you take some sharing on what they see on this.
Yep. Let's take some sharing from you guys. What are you seeing around this intention? What is opening up for you? What are the thoughts you are having when you see this intention?
Or actually any questions you even have, because you maybe, I walked in here with a whole lot of questions which you haven't asked. So any questions you have. Let's have a dialogue.
One question I had was that are we linking this to the past that we have in terms of where the world is right now? Because what is there is the lack of systems is very visible. You know, like everywhere it's like either individual or it's about within a large system. It looks like a system, but it is not, because people are working in silos. Like, you know, maybe the divide is many things. So are we talking about how are we connecting to, how will this create that change that we're looking for from where we are now to where we want to be?
Perfect, Jayashree. Whatever you said was perfect. And the answers will come from you guys. And like all of us together can only create these answers. No one person has all the answers. But definitely through awareness-based collective action and through shifting the awareness from being egocentric to ecocentric, things are going to make that impact can be made. If we keep thinking egocentric from egocentric, we are not going to make a much difference. It's going to pretty much remain the same. Thank you for what you shared, Jayashree. Anybody else like to say something? Any questions you have? Anything you'd like to ask?
Like the hypothesis I had for Emerging Future Foundation and how I relate to it, where we could stand and all the three questions you'd asked. So I'll just do a small screen sharing if you want.
Yeah, we'll take sharing later. We'll take that sharing, individual sharing later. You're going to be actually be doing that in detail. But for now, how was it for you to do the exercise? You said you created a presentation
Yeah,
and you
I
put
mean,
your
like
thoughts down.
yeah, presentation talks about the thought process I have for what we all stand for. So that is what I wanted to share. That is all.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So I'll share it later.
can you share how was the experience of creating that?
The experience was what I got hang of is that I was going behind why you asked that, that how we create a vision together as a group, and how do we see that, how do we create that, how it's going to be in that world, So the process of, that's the experience I went through, what you vision for a group how do you see it placed in the world? And then what tools will it use to make it happen out there? So, and I applied it simultaneously to what I'm doing, So while I prepared this, I prepared for my own company as well. So, and that's what I just felt pretty good about that way. So I prepared both the things simultaneously, but not into every detail, but yes, as a framework.
Yeah, good, great. Thank you, Paul. Anybody else would like to share from your experience of creating the vision, your vision, when you were looking at it? What was your experience? What is there for you? And as you saw the intention, what is there for you from this intention? Is there anything you'd like to say about the intention or anything you want to ask?
Well, the main thing is, why are you here? Why are you here? Vivek told you what our intention is, what the work we did and the intention we had, and we put it up there so you can have a look. But it may mean nothing to you, or you may have a different perspective. So actually, let's just have sharing. Forget about what we are creating. Just share. Why are you here? It's great to see you all here. You clearly heard something and saw something and felt inspired by something. That's why you came. So we want it to be verbalized. We want to hear from you. What is it for you? Just what is it for you? Don't worry about how good it looks and what it is. Just what is it for you?
The ego to ego shift is very fearful for me.
Fearful for you. Okay, good.
Just to face it in terms of that, it's not only individualistic, and to ego. So that drives me to.
Okay. Somebody else. Let's have more people talking.
Sorry for me. Go ahead,
Yeah.
HR. So the intentions of the foundation are inspiring, but at the same time, what I'm looking at is, it requires a lot of work, foundational work in, first all the people here being aligned with same direction and same goals and same kind of action, and then organizing ourselves to, plan and accomplish what we want to accomplish.
Great. Very good. That's what you're seized with and seeing straight away in front of you. And Upma sees straight away the gap and the fearfulness of this ego thing and eco thing and all that. Somebody else, what do you see?
Can I share?
Yeah. Shrikant and then Weng.
I'm interested in people having a happy, fulfilled, and powerful life, right? And I am working for supporting people individually to that extent, which I was doing. But with collective action, it will be more easy and more comfortable, and many people will have a very powerful life and peaceful and happy life.
Very good. Thank you. Weng, So Vivek, I'm
Um,
handing reins back over to you.
Yeah, yeah.
when my voice
Fadi,
is
can you continue
healing.
for a couple of minutes? Vivek is handling something.
Okay.
I'm done. I've handled it. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Vin, go ahead. Sorry, your voices and we
Yeah,
got it.
but
Please, nice to
I'll
see
do
your
it.
face.
Yeah,
Nice to see your smiling face.
thank you. Me too. I miss everyone. Anyway, when I saw the assignment, I've been thinking about it for the last few days. Like, just trying to sense where it will go. But as the time comes near, I feel so lost. Like I can't see it. Like, my God, I don't have an assignment because I just kept on sensing like where will it go? And then there's reminder, and then I can't see it. So that's where I am. But before the session, I was thinking if you can't see it by words, like sense it by image. So I look at it through an image. So can I share what I saw?
Yeah,
Sure.
So like I saw like it's a popcorn bowl, right? And our group is the bowl, and the popcorns are us. It's a safe space for popcorn to pop. When it's time to pop, it will pop. But it's like a safe. But I'm clear that when Vivek asked what are the elements are the safety, the elements is the support. I think that's the representation of the vision that I saw there.
Great.
Thank
Wow.
you.
That's lovely, Vin. Thank you so much.
You.
Okay. Anybody else? One more person. Any thoughts? Anything you'd like to share, ask?
And then Vijay wants to share.
Manoj is here, right?
Everybody's here. Okay, Vijay, then it's up to you.
Yeah, okay. Manoj, do you have anything specific for me to share, or can I express myself?
he just thought it'll be nice for your voice to be heard.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, when we met, Vivek, Manoj, and Nilesh had come along with Ferdy when he was here to Bangalore, and a lot of thought processes were happening now from all of us, and we actually emerged with the thought that we choose to put it out, that we will start with the foundation. Okay, and it was a thought, and then we all argued and for and against, and all that happened, and then we said, okay, we are going to start the foundation. And we came and shared with all the graduates the next day, and with that, here we are. I think 15 of us. So 15 of us, Manoj?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 15 of us have shown interest to come here to the same platform, and we have come to this platform, and where I am right now is I am just ready to create with this. And if you ask me right now, I don't know what, but I'm willing to create whatever is going to emerge. I'm
Fabulous,
ready
Vijay.
to co-create with this whole group.
Fabulous.
Hey, Vivek, can I say something?
Yeah.
Just a thought crossed my mind is all of us may have an illusion that we chose to come here. Maybe the universe chose us to come here. Some of you might actually, in your head, there might even be a thought called, oh, why did I choose to be here? Maybe. So maybe another interpretation is universe chose you be here. If it empowers you, you can keep that. Over to you, Vivek.
Absolutely. And so the whole process of the U is right in front of you. You see the slide?
No, it's starting.
No, it's taking time.
In between it came and again it's gone.
I think you have to start again.
My Zoom is giving problems. Can you see now?
No.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So this is the whole new process. We want to start by co-initiating, that is building common intention. So the Emerging Futures Foundation builds a common intention. And how do we do that? Stop and listen. Stop and listen to others and to what life calls you to do. You're not only listening to each other, you also have what is calling you, and you're all sharing with each other. And then we will build a common intention, co-initiating. Of course, all the time there's co-sensing, observe, 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 go to places of most potential. Listen with your heart and mind wide open. Listen with empathy. Listen with, what is it that the other person is saying, rather than judge what they are saying. Open your mind and see what are the facts behind what they are saying, what is the heart and the perspective behind what they are saying. Open your mind, open your heart. Presencing, connecting to the source of inspiration and will. Go to the place of silence and allow the inner knowing to emerge. This is where the highest self starts to connect to highest self. And all this is going to be happening all the time. Co-creation, prototype the new, all will happen together. Co-evolving, all will happen together. But we've got to start with co-initiating. We need to start with co-initiating. So our intention for our first few meetings of the Emerging Futures. Number one, create an empathic connection with each person in your team. That's really for you to initiate and create a future together. You need to have a connection with each other, which is not only open your mind, but open your heart, connected. There's a relationship. What is the vision of the other people in the team? What is their vision? Let's share and interact with each other within 3 and 4 fields of conversation. So when you are listening to each other share, the field of conversation needs to be dialogue and co-creation. This is not about debate. This is not about just yes, sir, no, sir. This is really about dialogue and co-creation. So listen to each other from the field of conversation 3 and 4, and of course, from your own open mind, open heart, and open will. The other intention is to create the reason for existence of your foundation, create its vision, create its purpose, that is co-created. Then, of course, align on the next 3 to 5 year vision. The vision is very, very big, and it's say 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. We need to bring it down to 3 to 5 years, because then there is some action that can be built and created around that. So what is that 3 to 5 year vision? And then align on the areas and projects that all of you will focus on for the next few years. And of course, the last would be, what could each of you take on in terms of connecting with external stakeholders? And of course, your internal stakeholders, but what could you take on in connecting with the external stakeholders so that you can take and fulfill this vision in the real world? Okay?
So the first thing is, Vivek, before you go ahead, the first thing is, this is what Vivek is suggesting we do. You have to decide what we should do. If you say, we don't want to do this, we want to do something else, and we should do something else. It's your game. So this is what he's laid out. This is his suggestion. Do you agree with it? Can we align on it? Let's talk about that first. So once again, go to that same thing again. What did you say just now? You had something on the screen before, right?
Yeah, this one, this page.
This is the one. Okay,
Yeah.
so is this something that you would like us to do as a foundation? Remember, the most important thing about this foundation that we have to create is that it is yours, it's not ours. You've been very used to us leading and you following. You can't have that. As Vivek said, he is the facilitator. We are going to be facilitators, not leaders. So it's your job. This is what he suggested. What do you think? Wow. No, this is no good. Oh, What's your idea about it? What's your thoughts on it? I think we spend the whole session today getting clear about how we're going to, how building the common intent, stopping and listening to each other. If we got to know that first, then we'll know what we want to do as a group, not as myself, but as a group. What do you see? What that is, right, Vivek? Isn't that what you were trying to get?
Yes, absolutely. My intention was that how are we going to create a co-initiation? How do we create a common intent? And I think the first place to stand is that each one of us connects with each other. Each one of us gets to know each other and is able to know each other from the highest levels of listening, level 2, level 3, level 4, as well as engage in a conversation which is dialogue and co-creation.
Right, but there was one thing which I think you haven't emphasized on, Vivek, which is that is your suggestion. It is your suggestion to do this. This is
Yes.
not what we are saying we're going to do. We're only going to go down this path if you agree. So we have to hear your voice. We have to hear what you think.
So for Vivek, for me, it is, I mean, that beginning, the first aspect you put is so relevant because I don't know most of the people here, or I know them from the past, or I have a suspicion that they know me from the past. So it's all messed up there. There's no scope for highest level of listening. So I thought that would set, because we are all from different geographies, different backgrounds, are coming together for a common intent. So unless we get to, and that's not the way normally you look at, in a non-systemic way, you look at however you are is okay, and we can fight it out and, disagree, agree to disagree, but we don't have, that is not our intent. So I think the very beginning, the setting was, for me, I'm so aligned to that I would like to know and get to understand and get to have an empathetic listening and listen to each other from their intention, from their vision. So yeah.
Great, Jayashree. Thank you so much. Yes, someone else?
This is Abhishek here. Hi, am I clear?
Ah, Abhishek. Yes.
I think the biggest thing is that I accept Jayashree and maybe VG to an extent. I hardly know anyone, so I think the first step would be to actually get to know anyone and to empathize with someone. First, you need to get to know them, and so that's I think going to step 2 will take a long time. That's what's coming to my mind right now, right? Because step 1 is. First is understanding everyone else, right? And empathizing with them, trying to understand why they're here and what do they wish to create. And you don't even have a connection whether, whether their ego or eco is how important it's going to be. So I think step 2 is really, I would say, a long time away, which is that, first we need to, I think, understand from each other.
What is
I mean, step 2 meaning that where we kind of co-create, right? Because first we need to understand each other, because I think we know people who know each other, and where it maybe if you have an organization which is functioning, or you're working for an organization or a team where you know each other, then at least step 1 would be much shorter, right? So that's why I'm going stepwise, right? Where you empathize with them. Here, I think that's what's coming to my mind, that we need to actually get to be very proactive and getting to have discussions with each other, understanding each other. And there's 15 people. So I'm just trying to understand how many calls we need to have. So that's coming to my mind right now.
Right.
Just wanted to kind of express that.
Very good, Abhishek.
Perfect. Anyone else? Are you aligned to what we are creating right now?
Vivek, not anyone else, but who else?
Who else?
We don't want to move on. I don't think we need to really plumb the depths of this thing. We don't know whether they agree. We know that Abhishek agrees and we know that Jayashree agrees. But what about the rest? I don't know.
Come on,
Yeah.
Mitesh. AGR, go ahead, AGR.
Yeah, Vivek. So see, the foundation is still in its infancy, right? We have thought about it, we have not even formed a formal this thing. So we need to go very far. So we need to start very near, and I fully agree with Abhishek that we should all talk to each other and see where we are and what we are here for. We may have our own intentions, even though you have provided some intentions, we have our own interpretations of the intentions. So we need to really be, one voice, so that we can really plan and move on to the next step. What he said, I fully agree that second step cannot be even thought of until we are all together.
Great. Thank you, AJR.
I agree to
Yes.
that as well.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, Mitesh.
Yes. So for me, this is the right place to work with or to be with, because I am completely with the new people. And so there is nothing already always or nothing like judging evaluation. And for me, it is a new and some exciting experience, like having so many people with whom I don't know. And we all are for the cause of something very amazing to this world. We are going to go provide. And that's who we are as a team. So I look at everyone as my team, or we are as a team. So yeah, and gradually we'll know each other as we are. So
Okay,
that's
great. Mitesh,
yeah.
are you aligned to us actually getting that connection formed between
Yes,
each of you?
yes, I am alive. I am alive.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mitesh. Kavya?
Yes. Okay, so I'm also aligned with this part, because as I can see that this is also a system, and to be aware that the system is bigger than our ego selves, we need to create like deeper connections with each other. And I think we can do that when we are empathic towards each other, we are deeply listening to each other, so that I think we can then create a system where we are sharing each other, like everybody's sharing each other's views, and we are understanding each other's perspective, so that we have mutual respect for each other. Everybody is their authentic self, so that after that, then we can create something, like we can sense some possibility and create something together.
Great, great. Thank you. So can we just have a show of hands? If you're aligned, can you just show your hands that we know?
I really want to hear people's voices. They don't have to speak forever.
Vivek, this is Anju
One
here. Hi, Ferdy. Hi,
30-second thing is
Manoj.
good. We got to hear them.
Yeah, Ferdy,
I like to hear what Anju has to say. I like to hear what.
Yeah, Ferdy, you're gonna hear them in some time. Just give me.
I don't think so. You got to lay the foundation, Vivek. The foundation is not in the format you put in there. The foundation is to come out of this group.
Okay.
You got something created, right? It's got to be owned by these people. They've got to come to the same conclusion you came to in your design.
Okay. Anju, go ahead.
Thanks, Vivek. Thanks.
Yeah,
Hi, Ferdy. Hi, Manoj.
Hi.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'm totally aligned with the first step, having that empathetic connection, because we don't know what experiences the other person has, what strengths they're bringing into the team. And if we are going to co-create all these different projects, and so we need to know what strengths, like who can do what and what strengths everyone has. So I think that is alignment is, and having that connection is very, very important. From where are they coming from, and what is their purpose, and what are their goals, and working as a team is very important. So really, really aligned with the first step. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Anju. Yes.
Yes. May I share something? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, make it short,
Yeah,
okay? Make it short. We want to know you're
Yes.
aligned or not.
Yes.
And we'd like
Of
to hear your
course,
voice.
I'm aligned with the what Anju has said, or what Abhishek has said. And I also think that if we want to create a vision of EFF in the world, so I see that if we look at this group, as the world, we can practice that here and experience it so that we can really be that co-creating with other people in the world.
Right. Very good. You know, what I like is out of hearing people share, and I like to hear more people share, each person has their own cut at it. And you start to hear the different cuts at it. Like what she said is different from what Anju said, is the same and is different from what Anju said, Mitesh and Abhishek, and everyone is getting to speak their view of EFF and be heard as their view of EFF, even though we just started, Vivek. I really would like to get more engagement from everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Abhinand?
Yeah, for me, I'm aligned with the outline that you've shared, Vivek. It makes sense. And also, as people are sharing, it gives me a sense of where they're coming from. So I'm like, yeah, it makes sense for us to empathize and connect. But also, I do agree that we don't have to spend too much time on that, because not like too much time. I don't think it'll take too much time, because I think we're coming here with having gone through a process where we are in touch with the higher self. So at some level, we all know that there is a common essence to all of us as to why we are here, and we can build on that. So I'm not too perturbed about whether we can build connection or not. It'll happen, and even the steps following that makes perfect sense. So I'm fully aligned.
Great, thank you. Anybody else?
Vijay Kumar.
Srikanth, please go ahead.
As Jayashree said, we all are not acquainted with each other as thoroughly as we are. So it is better we know each other thoroughly so that we can be collectively active very powerfully. And one of the, every person has a different life experience, every person has different knowledge. That knowledge can be useful to all. Cumulatively we can work. Some sort of get together of this thing that will be increasing our knowledge bank to work that our mission more successfully, more powerfully. That's what I look at it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Srikanth. Anyone left?
And we have Vijay Kumar.
Vijay.
Hi, Shwadi. Hi, Vivek and Manoj. Yeah, I'm aligned with what got created. And so I've been with this since Jan end, when I did this program, 2 days workshop. And the concepts and what has been discussed resonates a lot with me, and which is what I'm seeing everywhere. A lot of people said I introduce and we don't know each other, so I just say a few words about me. Vijay,
Vijay, you'll have the chance to do few words about you in the breakout room with each other.
Yes. So broadly, the idea that there is a division in the world and the planet, and the eco division and economic and the spiritual, which is there every aspect of life, which is impacting every one of us. And and any effort in this, I would like to take part in bridging the gap. And we are all, there is a higher self, which is what I got. And all these days, like so many years, 50, 53, 54 years, I was doing so many things and not realize there is a higher self. And I've been just making all drama. Now I realize that I'm at peace with myself, and this is something which I think I want to be part of that, which makes this available to all. So
Right.
that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much, Vijay.
You just did the LFEF, did you, Vijay?
Yes. Just Jan and yeah.
Welcome to the college.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a collegiate group. You heard the word collegiate. It means a college. It means a group, a college. So welcome to, I know you're the newest member, but welcome to this group.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
And in fact, if I may just have Vijay say something, and then it'll be everybody has spoken. Vijay.
Yeah. The reason that I'm seeing everybody on the screen, that there is a certain level of co-creation that has already begun, is what my experience is right now. And then as we go, we do know about each and every person in this group, and definitely, that would be the next step, I think. So I'm aligned. I got what Abhishek was saying, and then I think that should be the process, Abhishek. So we will go that way.
Great. So we're going to ask you to therefore go into a breakout room and meet a few people. Okay, we will not have too many people in that room. We'll have about 4 or 3 people in the room. And while you're in the room, you could introduce yourselves, share, and don't think this is the final group. Okay, this is just the first. Next time I'll mix it up again. Next time I'll mix it up again. We want you to connect with each other as much as possible in the next 4 hours or 3.5 hours. Okay, so in this group, please introduce yourselves. Since there are 4 of you, 3 of you can ask anything you'd like to ask, anything from anywhere in their life. You can ask them, get in touch with them, get to know each other. Okay, really create an empathic connection while you're in the room together. And your time starts now.
With the 3.
What did you say, Upma?
You're looking very nice today. I like the shirt you're wearing. I'm glad no one else is there, so I can share that with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
He has
now all the summer shirts are coming out now.
Upma, he has 6 shirts of the same style, different colors.
Actually, it's around 10 or 12.
See, he's guaranteed now that he'll look good. But I meant including your hairstyle, really good. I like it today. Ferdy, you can't compete with. He looks great every time. So now, Manoj, you are only 3rd ranking now. You're not coming up the list, so you got to work around that.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some hair.
Okay, let's take some sharing from your experience.
I also want some, Manoj. Buy few for me also.
Okay, who would like to share from your rooms and from connecting with each other? What would you like to share? Come on, let's get some sharing going. Pallavi.
Yes, rather than just reading the biodata and information about people, I could sense that when we were in the breakout room and I connected with Jayashree and Vijay, it was a totally different experience, because behind all those layers and achievements and labels, there is a wonderful, loving human being who has the same vision as you have. So it was really an empathic connection. That was the first step. It was created. So even my heart was filled with a lot of respect for both Jayashree and Vijay, to see how their vision is sensitive, and they are sensitive towards other human beings, and they are really driven to create that eco thinking in the world. So it was a magical experience, and I hope that I get an opportunity to connect with each and every member in this group.
You will. Great. Thank you, Pallavi. Nice. Okay, let's take someone else. Vijay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As Dr. Pallavi said, it's a different thing seeing their biodata in the group and getting to know them and what they shared personally, like Dr. Pallavi, how expressive and so many multiple hats she wears, and the vision she has, and similarly Jayashree, like the whole, she shared her entire thing, so inspiring, like someone, what she has gone through and what she's up to, what she's creating. It's very motivating and it's very inspiring to know this, both of them. I'm moved. Yeah, I'm moved.
Lovely. Abhinav?
For me, yeah, it was really nice. We had Weng, Upma, Abhishek, and got a sense of who's in the room, and what they're about, what kind of difference they make, and we could find similarities in terms of both our interests as well as why we are here. But sure, we need to kind of make some time to connect individually Like Wengen Upma, I knew from before, but Abhishek I haven't. So, I want to connect with him and, get to know him. So, yeah.
Lovely. Thank you, Avinand. Yes, someone else?
In my group,
Gavya? Yeah, Shrikant, please go ahead.
where Viji shares that she is bubbling with energy to make the difference in the people's life all around the world. And she is so much enthusiastic to do that. I was very happy to see her enthusiasm. And so Mr. Ramakrishna he's a professor, and he shows the importance that everybody should get nicely educated and properly educated. And that was his ideas also very much acceptable, that yes, education is very, very important in everybody's life. That all these things we shared, and we really enjoyed the way they spoke, right?
Thank you, Shrikant.
And we got infected by Shrikantji's enthusiasm.
Table tennis at 95.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to share
someone
about
else.
my room. Pallavi
Leslie, go
and
ahead.
Vijay. Yeah, Pallavi and Vijay. So, as we started sharing, we kept on warming up to each other. It was so beautiful, There was like a dance happening in the room. And it was like knowing who these people are, their depth, and also the fact that they are so acknowledging. And I kept growing out of the acknowledgement, It's like a place to belong. And I was like, wow, I kept having the experience of wow. And I'm now looking forward to, knowing more, the rest of the group. And it was really wonderful to know what they are, each of them, and what they're up to. And being listened to the way you are as a possibility was so amazing. It was a wow experience. So thank you.
Fantastic. Gavya, and your room, how is it?
Yeah, so we were three of us. There's Anju ma'am and Mitesh sir. So I think what I realize is that when you actually like genuinely start listening to people, when you're actually like trying to understand them, listening to their experiences, their interests, you are at that point like building a connection with them. And at that point, I actually wanted to listen to more. Like I wanted to listen more of what they were saying, like their experiences, their interests. So it was like a very great first step to like build those connections.
Lovely. Someone else from that room?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Mitesh?
Mitesh, go ahead.
Yeah. So I was, as Gavya was sharing, I was there in that room. I, Gavya, and Anju Satsdev. So yes, we were sharing our experience, and there was a lot of positiveness in all of us, and lot of keenness to know each other, what we are doing in our life. Also, there is another question which we ask each one of us is to what we are doing other things apart from a professional or routine life for fun and relaxing ourselves. And three of us having a very good activities in their life. We two, as a male, having a habit of cooking, and Anju is not passionate about cooking. That is what something new. So, guys are, I mean, that's the another thing, another part of each one of us.
Great.
That is something.
Fantastic. Anju.
Hi, I think it was a great connection with Gavya and Miteshji. So, and it was so inspiring to see Gavya, 26-year-old, young, being on this team. It was very inspiring. And, and the passion, Gavya's passion for cooking. So very unique passion for a guy. So I think it was very inspiring. And his visions and Mitesh's experience, how he implements all his distinctions which he has learned and transformed himself and still doing that, and how he loves meeting people from different cultures when he travels around India. So yes, it was a great connection, very positive connection. And as both of them said, we really want to know each other more and other people more. So thank you so much.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Anyone else?
I think everybody has spoken, right? Unless
Okay.
AGR, I think.
Weng has not spoken, I thought. I don't know whether I missed Weng.
Weng has a bad throat.
Ah, yeah, I forgot.
And we are going to put her in your room. That Weng is coming to one of your rooms, and I just want you to know Weng is coming to one of your rooms and she will share there. So we are going to ask you to again go back into a room and meet some more people and some more new people, but this time with a little twist. And the twist is this, that all of you have a vision. Some of you have created a PPT vision also. Some of you have your vision in your mind and you'd like to express it. I don't know what way you would like to express yourself, and but this session is going to be pretty similar to the previous one, where the other people are empathetically listening as well as asking any questions. Okay, so you get to know, get connected. This is not just a presentation exercise. This is more a connection exercise. This breakout room is the same as the last time. We want you to connect not only to each other, but to each other's visions, higher selves. Okay, and we'll give you a little more time to do that, so that you can properly express yourselves and connect with each other. Any questions before you go to the room?
So this will be the same set of people or same set of people or different?
No. All new people.
So
Okay,
Vivek,
so,
we share our visions and resolve any questions that we have, right?
Yes. Share the visions, get connected, and resolve any questions if you have any questions. But your questions are from empathy, open mind, open heart questions.
Okay, got it.
They are not from judgment, cynicism, and fear. Okay? Okay, great. So you're going to get a little more time to be in the rooms. Go ahead.
Weng, you are the only torchbearer for Philippines right now. Aljor is on a 1 month vacation with his family, extended family.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Let's take some sharing. How are you? What's opening up?
Especially the vision. We want to hear the vision part.
I have been hearing Upma's name for so many years now, but I just got to see her and talk to her just now.
Same here.
And I got to speak little in depth with Gavya. When I spoke to these two people and after meeting AGR and Srikanji in the last week, my vision of, creating waves of transformation in organizations and communities is becoming stronger. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Vijay. Fabulous. Someone else?
Yeah. So my vision is creating solidarity, inclusion, and equity for all.
And how was your experience connecting with other people in the room and their visions?
I saw that we looked different. We sounded different. We looked like we had some different paths. But I then heard that when you talk about even your spouse and your child and your friend, and I can see the same thing. It's all about inclusion and equity for all. We're talking about fairness and equity for all. So I think it sounded like we were talking three different, realms, but it is all same. And I saw that happened because of the active listening, what we were providing to each other. And I also felt that the words that I spoke was not spoken by me. It was somehow in that room. It was not thought out. And, so there was that vision being, emerging for me, more clarity, like Vijay said.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jayashree. Someone else? Yeah, go ahead. Abhishek.
For me, yeah.
No, Upma, go ahead, Upma. Go ahead. We'll take Abhishek after you.
For me, the experience of meeting Viji was as if I know her already. And with Gavya, it is like you're including everyone into your big family, you know. So the experience of, it's not listening, it's experience of attachment in terms of relating to each other was very strong in our sharing. So thank you, Viji and Gavya, for that.
Yeah, thank you, Kavya.
Yeah, Abhishek.
So I was with Dr. Pallavi and Mr. Onkar. And I think first we got to know each other, I think, and then I think what I realized was that the vision was more or less, I think, similar, but being said in different words or different ways, which is that the fact that I think we are all trying to kind of create a better world, but in some way or the other, and we believe that the fact that currently the way where people depend on their own self goals is not the right way to do it, but looking at a larger goals and trying to get rid of, I think, as what Pallavi said, that trying to get rid of internal conflicts will kind of automatically create a better external kind of world. I think that's what was very kind of well said, and I think that's what I could gather from the conversation.
Great. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Someone else? How was your experience in hearing those higher purposes and visions and commitments that people have in the world? How is it for you to be connecting to them? AGR?
Yeah, so we were Anju, myself, and Vijay Kumar and Wen in the room. So first thing I want to say that it's really exciting to be with people from around the world, who have similar intentions and coming together for a common cause. That's something very interesting, exciting to me. And all of us, really want to, we understand the need to transform organizations, but each of us have different ideas about how to go about. Some feel that we can start with small talks in colleges and things like that, whereas I feel we should impact college and school education directly. So but all of us are clear that together we can cause this. So that is what I'm presenting. So this,
thank you so much.
Is in the making. Clarity has to come out. But intentions
absolutely
are there.
Fabulous. Who else? Vijay?
Yeah, so I was in the group with ARG and just now we spoke, Weng and Anju. So we got to know each other better, and as ARG said, got to interact with people across the world. There's somebody in Philippines and Australia. What was coming across was there is a lot of concern for what's happening around and the social divide, and so there's a lot of concern, and what is that we can do together. As ARG was saying, there are different views. Like somebody said, yeah, we can start with where we are, or some different way of doing it through schools and colleges, what he was saying. But the bottom line that I was hearing is, yeah, there's a lot of concern to do something, and that is a common thread that I have seen.
Great, Vijay. Thanks. If you look at those conversations that you just had, what do you think is going to come in the way of you all being one team? What could come in the way?
Usually what comes in the way when I see conflicts or experience conflicts is holding on to our own opinions,
Okay.
or holding on to I am right, my view, my sharing is better. All those things, those conflicting things take away from a common vision, usually in my experience.
Yeah.
That could.
Great. Thank you, Upma. Someone else? Who else? Pallavi?
Yes, I think what comes to me that yes, they are stuck to their opinion, but the biggest challenge is not being compassionate and understanding towards the different point of view other person may have. So
Right.
if you think you're right, it's okay, but the other person is also right. That acceptance doesn't come easily. So the awareness of eco thinking is the challenge.
Okay. Thank you, Pallavi. Who else would like to share?
I think Abhishek here, what I could hear from the two rooms I was in was that the visions that are getting created are based on, I think, the people's individual experiences. I am trying to create a vision based on the fact that I have maybe kind of not had a great corporate life, and I want to kind of build a bit better corporate culture. And then when I was with Dr. Pallavi, she's, I think, more on the healthcare side. She wants to create something. So I think that's where there might be obstacles wherein I think the vision is getting created from personal experiences rather than systematic experiences, and those visions might collide at one time, or may not kind of. Yeah, that's what I think. So co-creating the correct vision is going to be, I think, the key thing here. That's what I feel.
Okay, great, Abhishek. Thank you. Who else?
Yeah, very much similar
Anybody?
to what Abhishek was saying, Vivek, which is attachment to our own vision.
Sorry, Abhinand, you got.
Your internet is a little tight. I think Abhinand will come back in a few seconds. Till then, anyone else? Who else would like to go?
Vivek, I think, at least for me, what's there right now, I think the people have gotten together and everything else. What's there right now is I'm not quite clear. When I'm looking at your file, I'm not quite clear where you want to go next.
Yeah. I just wanted to see what the space is. That's all right now, buddy. I haven't decided on going to the next space.
Do you have a next place to go to?
Yes. I think it's a good time now to get some visions in the room, and let's get everyone to share some visions that they have with each other. Let the whole room get that experience.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good
So let's get connected to each other some more. So who would like to share? And if you have a PPT, you have some way of sharing your vision, you're welcome to do that. Okay. The share screen is available to all of you. So who would like to go first and make share your vision with us, with the whole room?
I'll start, Vivek.
Yeah, that would be great, Upma. And for all of us, really, what's really in our world, which keeps us from connecting with other people, is our judgment, cynicism, and fear. Just keep watching out for that, okay? Just keep noticing how judgment, cynicism, and fear about each other can come up anytime. And let's just keep a watch on it. Go ahead, Upma.
You can see my screen?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay.
PowerPoint is opening up LF Foundation PPTX.
Okay, it's just words put into 3 slides, but I'll talk simultaneously. So why is this not opening? Okay, let someone else share. I'll open it in the meantime.
No, just do it again. Just disconnect and connect again. Or close the PPT and start it again.
There it's come.
Okay. So for me, the vision when I thought about this is, what is the vision for emerging futures foundation is that we are nurturing individuals and what matters to them. For me, at that point, it was not eco in terms of how we have taken, but how individuals put together, what matters to them. And the whole point of nurturing the space, the nurturing from, like we nurture a plant into a tree, that kind of thought process was in place. And the second thing that came to my mind is what it could do, spelling is wrong, and be in the world. It could be the source, how I see this group coming together is being a source of that space of nurturing. And overall of the elements necessary, which we will list down, will be first, my take on from my transforming self thing was to just be out there, when you are being the source of nurturing, first thing is to be out there, and then you create that environment that is conducive for that growth. So that's how, and a picture which you wanted me to visualize, a picture that came to my mind was this one. I'm just playing. Just tell me whether you can see the video.
Yeah. Can't hear the sound, but we can see the video.
There is no sound here. It's just a video.
Wow.
This is the results we cause,
Wow.
So coming back to within this video, coming back to where it was earlier, something which was not even on surface. There is something which is created by our world, by our word, and by our intention and commitment and being the space. So something which started where nothing is seen, but it's coming through intention, and what we created is what it is, So
thank you so much. Brilliant. Lovely, Upma. Thank you so much. Someone else? Who else would like to go?
I can go?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, what I saw the connect, how we can, create something together is that I saw the way we are right now, the way the planet is under threat. And we're talking about taking awareness-based collective actions to transform the current reality to a new one, a world that works for all. And I see that right now there's so much of divide, discrimination, all types of discrimination is there. And then there is on top of that, there's a refugee issue, there's a war issue, there's, women, and then there's climate change, pandemic, war, all those things. And the divide, on one hand, technology is being used to create comfort for people. On the other hand, the same technology is creating a bigger divide. And so I see that we need to create a new world order in which democratic thinking, sustainability, social inclusion, and innovation for life to work for all. Like we use the same innovation for making life work for all, could be a new reality. And then how do we do that? Is I saw education as a way to go, that if education is available at almost no cost to the most disadvantaged of communities, which is really a possibility, I can see that we as a group can spearhead that. And we can bring in a lot more of committed people to be partners in that. And so I created like a vision that the Emerging Futures Foundation is a vision of thinkers, technologists, home entrepreneurs, educationists, like it represents all of us in the room over here, who have come together to create a platform for a new world order through disseminating education for making lives work for all and for connecting the world of haves and have-nots and co-creating living in a sustainable fashion where we are no longer depleting the resources, but leaving resources for the future. Even as we make progress, normally we have thought progress means depletion, not required, And then I see the vision principle is being solidarity, inclusion, and equity for all. And when I was looking at the image, I saw an image of this sort. I put it over here. I saw another image where there were all these, flags of all the countries. and they kind of start merging together. So that was a vision, but I couldn't create any video, but I saw the maps, which is a divide. Actually, if you see it, there's no divide. There's just a green with blue, there's absolutely no divide, but that map is a divide, and then I saw that the maps kind of, they could become confetti or whatever it's called, graffiti or whatever, and then they kind of merge together. So this is what.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you, Jayashree.
I got two things. One is, I mean, if you want to hear from everybody else, but I got from Upma, I got this whole business of nurturing, right? And from you, this whole thing of education and the principles of solidarity, inclusion, and equity for all. Very well done.
Thank you so much.
Both of you.
Thank you.
Someone else? Who else will go?
I can go ahead, Vivek.
Go ahead.
I'll just share my PPT. It's in a very,
you can share
very,
PPT, you can share the Word file, you can do whatever you like. Okay, it's your space.
Very, very simple layman language. So this is what I have. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I've just got the vision is empower human beings to treat each other as humans by accessing moral values and being conscious of their true nature, which is awareness. And then how we can go, that is just going back to basics. All the values, care, respect, honesty, compassion, responsibility, and then deeper levels of self-reflection, mindfulness of law of karma, law of attraction. What goes around comes around, how we treat people. So it's just going back to when we were born and brought up. And knowledge of also moving from absencing to presencing, like from your lower self to higher self. Oneness from I to we as a collective based action, and learning to unlearn things which are not working for us. So
lovely, fabulous.
What
go ahead.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
What EF could do, we can do collective interactive workshops on power of deeper gratitude, finding out what and why, we should be grateful for, connecting with the heart, power of love, power of connecting with nature, our 5 elements, and power of self-love, which is turning inwards and checking what kind of being are we. Like if I'm expecting honesty from someone, that am I an honest person myself? So checking on ourselves first, and being conscious of a true nature, forgiveness. That's another one. And are we living life to fulfill our purpose? What are we here for? Next one is just how we can do that is creating curiosity, developing compassion, asking questions with open mind and heart. And I think for me, something different would be working heavily on feelings and emotions. Because if people start staying in positive feelings and emotions, that actually decreases ego and brings about perfectly healthy social and professional and personal relationships. So this is what I got.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Anju. That is really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Who else? Go ahead.
Don't worry about doing a good job. Whatever you say will be all right. These people have done brilliantly. You may not have done anything like that, but it's still you. So let's hear you.
Thanks, Freddy. Honestly, I didn't do any homework. But I'm intently listening. So what I heard from all these people, Ma, Jayashree and Anju, they're all coming together for me, because after all of us are here because of an education called LFEF, which gave us new insight into looking at systems rather than individuals. And I think all of us are inspired and we are here. So what I see is the connection, Jayashree said, education for that is affordable to all the people and so on. And nurturing is also, I feel, education is a fundamental aspect of it. Anju also said about moral education. So which has been missing in India, at least recently. So I feel that all of this can be handled at the school level. If we introduce LFEF concepts or ego concepts, and how business, if you say only profit is the motive, then it is basically not going to be eco, it's going to be ego for the company. So if we can introduce all these things, thinking to children in the school, then I think we can create a new world. That's my view.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
Anyone who else would like to go?
Yeah, what's your thinking on the matter?
Come on. Pallavi?
Yes, Vivek. Should I?
Anything for you? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
We're
I
waiting
don't
for all
have a
of you.
PPT, but I have written it down.
It's fine anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, I see Emerging Future Foundation as a worldwide organization working with leaders all around the world with the intention of reducing the divide and increasing the connection amongst people by empathy and compassion at work and families, so that we can co-create a new world of unlimited possibilities and empathic coexistence and nourishing work culture.
Right.
What it could be in the world, I have some points. Means, should I go short, or there are 11 points I have jotted down?
Whatever you want.
Start with a few. Start with a few.
Okay. Operating from heart and using head. Then shifting the conversations from looking good to reflective inquiry and creating real dialogues.
Very good.
Then emphasizing on profound listening. Inner cultivation work by training them and ourselves to suspend downloading and look at the world with open mind, open heart, and open will. Creating sustainable results by system change and breakthrough in quality of life by getting out of head and dealing with the reality. Next point is helping them connect with their higher self, so that they work on their quality of attention to intention. Treating other human beings with curiosity and compassion. And the last point is spreading wings far and wide with the team of purpose-driven people. So this is what it could be in the world, yeah. And the elements necessary for fulfilling that vision are connecting with as many organizations as possible, then having a structured curriculum and presentation, then knowing their challenges. Then next is we need to listen to them, and creating automated systems so that our work becomes efficient and effective. Attention to intention for ourselves, collaboration, and effective training of the leaders involved. So these are the elements necessary for fulfilling that vision in the real world.
Great. Did you do all this work by yourself, or you collaborated with others?
No, I did it individually myself.
Great, great, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
We are happy because it means LFEF is working.
Yeah.
Somebody
So
like you can come up with all these points. Fantastic.
thank you, Fardi. I think that
Well,
we have to consider the practical aspects also.
we do,
So
we do. It's just the beginning of things, so we don't need to worry about how we're going to do it, but we are listening to what people are seeing.
yeah,
Lots of ideas coming up. That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, Abhinand has shared on the chat.
Yeah,
Being the space that nurtures individuals to express their trusted self, the truest self. Individuals coming back home.
And that was, I think, sorry, the lady from Australia, I forgot her name. I'm sorry.
Andrew.
Andrew, yeah. And then co-creating a world that works for all, that was Jayashree's. And then I wanted to share that, for me, what I saw was like we can actually make a difference to all the three divides, the social divide. Like there's so much of polarizing viewpoints at the moment. So if we can have a space where those conversations can be had and where we can neutralize that sort of polarity. And then with the ecological divide, like having a land-based community and having, permaculture design principles to help people like live in harmony with the land. And the spiritual divide where, like this becomes the space for anyone to come in and get in touch with their higher self. So that's what I see as a vision.
That's lovely, Abhinand. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vivek.
Vijay?
Yeah, Vivek.
Anything from your side?
No, I have not written anything clearly, but I echo what other participants have been saying broadly.
Great. That's great. Thank you. Anybody else? Gavya?
Yes.
Can we have some youngsters perspective also?
Okay, so I have like not prepared a like footnote. It's fine, but I've like whatever I
Whatever you created is fine.
Going in and out. Can you just say it again?
Whatever you create, Gavya, is fine. Just create it. Go ahead.
So the vision, like my version of the vision is for the EF Foundation is to support and contribute towards the world in realizing their highest potential and to create an empathic world where everyone has an open mind, open heart, and open will. And to do this, like what we could do and what the like how would we fulfill this vision would be through like building deeper connections, having generative dialogues, having empathy and deep listening so that we can create a capacity for the system to see itself. And then from there on, build a system where everybody is sharing their views, everybody is listening to each other. There is empathy. If we are able to understand each other's point of views, there's mutual respect among people, and everyone is their authentic self. Also, I think then there's this suspending of our habitual ways of like seeing things and going to the edges of the system and listen with with an open heart and open mind. And here I also like to give an analogy which I heard from Dr. Otto Sharma, that we need to shift from the concept of that I am a jacket to I have a jacket. When I shift to I have a jacket, I can like take off that jacket, suspend it, and then move freely around it and see like different perspectives from see that jacket from different angles, different perspectives. And like from that, I could like like I have that freedom to just look around and then see, understand all the possibilities that are there. And also, yes, so how would we be fulfilling this? I think one would be through transforming awareness, that we need to build this awareness where we need to step out of just reacting to stuff and be aware first, like by again, like letting go of our downloading and also being in a learning journey, a sensing journey where we are going out of our own bubbles and like stepping into the places of more potential, like going like actually living the life from the stakeholders' eyes. and also developing like quality of my relationship or our relationship with other people by developing the quality of our listening.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Gavya, for creating that. And I'm sure all of you have lots more to share, and you're welcome to do that. If you don't want to share it like this, you can share it in a chat, in a message, anything that works for you. It's around 10 past 3. We've been at it for over 2 hours now. And I think it's a good idea that you have a small break, a stretch break, take a walk, come back, do something. It is going to be
small lunch break.
Or whatever works for you. It's 3:10. We'll start at 3:25. You have 15 minutes. See you in 15 minutes. Okay. So, Vijay, what do you see in this whole game right now? Whatever we've got on the document, what are you seeing for the AF Foundation? What do you think is
look at the document itself, Vivek?
You want to see the document, buddy? It's not finalized.
I'll put together. This is the one you were doing already, right? Everyone's, that one. Is that finalized? Or at least
it's not final.
It's not finalized.
It's sort of here now. Right now, it's here.
Like better version of the work in progress, something like that.
So when you ask Vijay the question, where were you asking her to look?
Like just what is on her mind when she sees what she's seeing right now. Nothing else.
What I'm saying is there are a couple of areas which have come into this space, and there are some more areas which we haven't thought of.
Okay.
That's what is coming to me.
Okay, thanks.
Like the basic things like the health and
Other areas like health and other thing. Okay. Listen, I'm a little confused, okay, Vivek. So I don't know if I'm confused, I'm sure other people are confused too. Where are we going? I thought we were coming up with looking at what everybody has said, and from there picking up some pertinent points and seeing whether we could align on these. Are we not doing that anymore?
Yeah, we're picking up the whole lot and bringing it into some a shorter communication that included what everybody was saying. Yes.
Yeah, but where is that thing?
That's here, Fadi.
That's over there. Okay.
Yes.
So then I think the question you're asking people first is there in the summary that we've gotten, is everything included from whatever has been said before, not new stuff?
In process.
Said before. Is everything included or something missing?
You know what we can do? We can now read the summarized part, and everyone can read that part and see if there's anything missing to add. If it is a double thing, we can discuss and delete and come down to keep, shortening it.
Yeah,
so,
but before we come to that place, Upma, before we come to that place, just please look at the original document, right? And look at anything from the original document that's not in the shorter document. And say so now. Then we'll go to the next thing.
Yeah. Cool.
So have we included everything from the long document in this? Or is something?
One way you can do it is each one look at the statement that you have written and see if that is included in the shorter version. And if it is yes, then you say you say that it is included, and if it is not, then you say that it's not included. So
but I also want them to see if there's something else that's not included too, not only their own.
Yeah, but at least we should start from there.
Yes, do that first. Say
Yeah.
mine is all included, and then look and see if there's anything else.
Yeah.
Mine is there.
Someone who's typing down, just see the same thing I've written above. So, just see that what needs to be added.
Well, wait a minute.
Starting
Upma.
from
First,
education for all, the top
1
line.
minute. Upma, hold on a minute. Don't add anything now, because
No,
right now
I'm not.
everybody's typing, it's going to add, don't add anything. Vivek, if you're doing something, stop. First thing is, look at the original thing and see if anything is not included in this second thing, and just say what it is instead of writing it. Otherwise, we're getting confused with what you're writing.
No, I'm done. I'm done writing. I've written 4 lines. I'm just seeing if anyone feels anything's missing on those first 4-5 lines. We add that part. I'm rereading if I've missed.
I don't know whether you and me are talking about the same thing, Upma.
I think Pallavi had said something with work culture, which is mentioned missing here. Not the summary.
So you are saying something is missing?
The work culture. I mean,
Okay.
nourishing culture was a kind of a phrase that Pallavi
Phrase
had
it and add it. Abhishek, phrase it and add it.
right now, we are saying, right now, Vivek is asking, sorry, Purdy is asking what is missing. We'll add it
Yeah,
once.
don't add it immediately, Upma, otherwise we'll get confused.
Yeah,
So
add it. Abhishek,
work
add
culture is
it.
missing. What else is missing?
A powerful life.
Powerful life is missing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. What else is missing? I think nobody else has anything to say. Am I right?
Empathic coexistence and nourishing work culture.
Okay. That's work culture is then included in what you're saying just now. And empathic, what would you say? Empathic what?
Coexistence.
Coexistence. Okay. So now, can we
Accessing moral values and treating each other as humans.
Okay, good. So hold on for a minute, Anju. Now, who is adding to the file? Vivek, you are adding to the file?
Well, so I just added empathic coexistence from what Pallavi shared.
And work
And
culture.
nourishing,
Got to add
and
work
nourishing
culture.
work culture.
Nourishing work culture. And there was one more thing that somebody said first, which we didn't add yet. Have we added it?
A powerful life was from Srikanth.
Yeah, powerful life. Okay. Now we do step 2.
Hopeful world.
Now we do step 2, right?
No, Anju wanted something to add.
Yeah, Anju.
Mine was accessing moral values.
Moral values. Moral values. Put moral values.
And awareness.
Another one is awareness, right? Okay.
Okay.
So now the next step is, let's look at this and see there are some things repeated even in this. So let's put them all, whatever says the same thing, put it in one paragraph. Another thing, another paragraph. The same thing, another paragraph. You got what I'm saying? So let's separate them out now. Are you doing it on your own, Vivek? We got to do it with the group together here.
So this nourishing work culture and empathic coexistence, profound listening, caring, of all this will come part of trust and safety, having an environment that is nurturing, a safe space for people to grow and express themselves. Would it all be in one place?
I don't quite think so. No. That whatever you said up to express themselves should be in one space, I think.
Yeah, so this nourishing work culture could be part of that.
I think it has a separate kind of, because it's
Okay,
got
separate.
work there, right? Yeah.
I would also agree with what he should be separate.
Now, empowering humanity can go with trust and safety if you want. Yeah. And then, but the divide.
No, but trust and safety, and I think the requirement to start people being providing a space for people to start, getting empowered. So I think it's a step before that. It's a separate thing. I would.
Okay, if we let's do an exercise. If we were to pick 4 things, 4 separate buckets, right? And if we put stuff that goes in one bucket and stuff that goes second bucket, third bucket, fourth, and in the 4 buckets, everything is included. What would those 4 buckets be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
AGR, you know what I'm saying?
Not quite listening.
I'm thinking we got to put these into 4 categories.
Yeah.
And the 4 categories should be all inclusive. They should include everything.
Okay.
So we're roughly putting them in category, calling those categories.
Cody, can I respond?
Yeah, sure.
So one category could be around healing the divides.
Okay, good.
Another category could be around nurturing people and organizations.
Okay.
I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can have one category as empathic coexistence, and in that we can put in fourth field conversation, profound listening, and open heart, open mind.
Okay, good. So we've got 3 categories of buckets right now. What's the 4th one?
What did Gavya say, the 3rd one?
Empathic coexistence. In that we have profound listening, fourth field conversation, open heart, open mind, in that category of empathic coexistence.
Could we look at equity, inclusion on that?
So empathic coexistence is this one, the first one.
No, I think what you got to do, Vivek, is take out another sheet and put the bucket. Just put the name of the bucket there and we'll put the stuff in.
Okay. Oh, it's here. Somebody's written it here. So I'm just taking everybody to this new page. And we want to take healing divides here, right?
Yeah. And the 4th one, Jayashree was saying something.
I started seeing that it is included somewhere, was talking about.
So another, so one bucket could be education.
Education, right.
Education and development.
Education and growth, yeah.
Yeah, growth or development.
Education, empowerment, I think all of it could be together. I'm not sure. Think about it.
So right now, as a title of the bucket, let's just put education. Then the title is going to be irrelevant after some time.
I didn't get that. So right now it's written education.
Yeah. So the 4 buckets are healing the divides. Second is nurturing people and organizations. Third is empathic coexistence. And 4th is education.
Okay. I'm just moving everything else. This is your 4 buckets.
Yeah. And why I'm saying that the titles of this bucket are not that critical after some time. Right? It is more to just put everything into some category so that we can then process them accordingly. Right, Fody?
Yeah. So just important, however, to look at the categories, okay? So
But just one important bucket that's been mixed is, I think, is, I don't know, trust and safety. Is that coming in any of these buckets? I'm not sure.
Empathic coexistence.
Okay, that's what, yeah, that's right.
well,
That's what
you can
I was
put
also thinking,
that
that that's
trust and safety in that bucket. Put trust and safety in that bucket, and then we'll see if we have to rearrange it, we can rearrange it.
I beg your pardon, Pretty?
Wait,
Put trust and safety in empathic
I've added it.
coexistence bucket.
I have added.
For empowering education.
Empowering education, right. You know, I have a feeling that, yeah, we got to sort out our thinking. Because education can be a pathway. It can be a pathway for nurturing. It can be a pathway for healing the divides. It can be a pathway for a whole lot of things.
So what are you saying, Fody?
I'm saying, I don't know.
I would say a fourth bucket could be innovation and creativity.
Not bad.
The people are creating whatever they need to create together.
You mean co-creation?
Yeah.
Now we need those of you who are not saying anything to say something, okay? Otherwise, we're getting all
Education
excited.
could be inside of all these buckets.
Yeah, let's pause.
Let's take a step back. Let's now go back to what Manoj was suggesting originally. Now, if you go back and we say there are 4 fundamental areas, we're just saying 4 for the fun of it, 4 fundamental areas that EF will be focused on. What would you say those 4 fundamental areas are? One clearly would be education, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The other one would be equality or some kind of equality thing.
Yeah.
Like that, can you come up with 4?
Third point, Vivek, I do not know it makes sense of grammar. Healing the divides, I didn't get it.
Social divide, ecological divide, and spiritual divide. So what, for example, Fadi was mentioning just now about equality, there's like a social divide, right?
So,
Equality is a social divide, so healing that divide.
I think equality for all works. It is an old phrase, but it works, you know. In all phases of all.
Well,
So
it doesn't matter
apply
what you
for-
call it. If you just use the word equality, that takes care of things. Whatever you may call it, right? Equality for all, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Say
one thing.
equality, inclusion, all of them come together.
Yeah. What I was saying is we need other people to talk. Vijay, AGR, other people, Vijay, speak, because we got, otherwise some voices are too loud, some voices not saying anything. Whatever you think, even though it's wrong, and most probably we'll throw it out after a while, but it won't be because we don't love you. It just be that the people will come up with something else.
Cody, now that we have put 4 buckets, we can look at whatever people have said and include them in these buckets and see whether all of them are included. If there are repetitive things, we can take it out and see. And if something is missing, then we can see whether one more bucket is needed or one bucket can be recasted or something.
AGR, do it. No, you do it.
What?
Okay.
No, no, wait a minute,
Some
Upma.
some words have already been put. You do the rest. I mean,
Wait, Upma. Stop controlling this whole thing. My issue is we need to name the buckets as 4 distinct buckets. Otherwise, some of the buckets are merging into each other. So if we had to have 4 distinct buckets, what would they be? And remember, this is in reference to the foundation and where we want to work. What will be our vision? What are we working towards?
So I think
Ferdy, what I'm saying is some of the things that we have put in here is contextual,
Right.
and some of them are like action oriented.
Yes.
Right.
Action oriented. So there is a mix of that.
Right.
And that is why we are not able to put things into different buckets.
I'm talking about 4 contextual buckets. I'm saying just leave all that aside. Look at 4 contextual buckets. Then we'll go back to the thing and see what is process oriented, what is context oriented, and what is context oriented. We can fit in the relevant contextual bucket, and what is process oriented will also be inside a context. So we can put that in a contextual in that particular bucket. Is that making sense, Vijay?
Yeah.
I'm saying the first thing we need to be clear about is what are the 4 main, 4, 5, whatever you want to, 4, I'm saying 4 just because it's got a kind of a middle range. What are the 4 contextual buckets that the foundation will work in? Like if you just think from your perspective, from what you said, one of the buckets would be education. It could be called something else, but it would have education in it, right? Now,
maybe another bucket could be coexistence.
Coexistence, right?
It is there already.
No, we haven't got any buckets. We are going to come up with them.
We are going to name the second bucket as coexistence.
Yeah,
under that, a lot of things come, right?
Right.
Fadi, we have 4 buckets mentioned here. So first one is nurturing people and organizations.
No, we are not finalizing on that. That's what Fadi is saying.
Yeah,
I know.
saying that
we're not.
if we put that aside and we come up with
Okay.
4 new buckets, it could be the same ones or
new
could be
buckets,
other
okay.
ones. What would be the 4 buckets?
How about psychological health, Fadi?
Psychological health, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I would rather say health as a holistic health that
Which
includes psychological health.
Yeah, I would agree with Vijay.
Okay.
But health can be a bucket.
Yeah, health can be a bucket. Psychological health is included in that.
Yeah, it's a part of that. Okay.
And another bucket
Or
could
we
be
can say
education.
well-being.
Yeah, well-being is still better word. Yeah.
Yeah, well-being, health,
Well-being,
whatever.
yeah, fine.
The second one would be education, right?
Yes.
Like that, another 2. Equity, equitability, equity, inside of which comes finance and all the rest of it.
Yes.
Democracy, equity, all that comes inside that. What do you say?
Yeah.
So we have 30 minutes to go, and I was thinking, Fadi, we could have this be the first assignment for before the next meeting.
No, don't go anywhere. Let's finish this, okay? Don't
Fadi,
worry.
what I was thinking
We can
was,
finish all that in 2 minutes as well, but don't worry about the 30 minutes. Listen, let's get the 4 buckets. And they're not finalized. It's the initial thing. Later on, when we come back, it'll change. What are they? Health?
But we can say need full education. What are the needs of the person?
Right.
Everybody's
Right,
needs
Shrikant.
are different.
Right. Agreed, Shrikant. Health, education, equity, and what's the 4th one?
Growth.
I think that I
Need-based
think
education. Whatever
something
the
in the
person
area of
needs, that should be
spirituality,
the
don't you think?
Health and
available to
well-being.
him.
Spirituality.
Spirituality is good one.
Can you go with that?
Yes.
I will go with that. We'll listen from others.
So in these 4 buckets, now we'll see if you got a disagreement or you got another bucket, you can speak it out. But right now, if you got these 4 buckets, and we then rearranging those other things, whatever we said, into those buckets, right? Vijay,
Yeah.
given that you're the newbie here, newest guy, what do you
Yeah.
think of that?
Yeah, the first 3 are this spirituality probably is already included in that equity and coexistence. The spirituality is as a separate bucket. I'm not sure it should be there because that's a
Yeah.
realm of lot of speculation or a lot of controversial thing. When we say equity and coexistence, that spirituality thing includes there.
So you're not sure about the spirituality one, but you're all right at the first 3.
The first 3 years, yes.
Okay. And do you have another one for 4th one? By spirituality, I meant relationship with oneself as the infinite.
Oh, okay.
You know, that self with self business, that whole area of things. That's what I was calling spirituality. You can call it anything you want. But
I mean, can you elaborate a little bit more, Cody? I mean,
yeah, I can
maybe
elaborate. Let me elaborate on all 4, okay? Once we got these 4, then we'll be starting to work. In those 4, we'll have different things, right? In education, we'll have schools and this and that, and in well-being, we'll have health and exercise, hospitals and all that. In equity and coexistence, I don't know about coexistence, you should call it equity, not coexistence. It's all about equity. Equity means everything's equitable and shared, and there's no one person gets more or one group of people get more. Everything is equal there, like a real democracy. So these are the 3 we can see we would work on. And the last is spirituality, like the wholeness of things. We work on the wholeness of things, not just education, not just well-being, not just money, but being whole and complete, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when we have programs, when we do some programs for people, some charity or something, we are working like an education charity, we're working in the education charity, but in the background, we have this whole thing called equity, which means equitable education and all that. We also have this thing about background, the well-being. How is people's well-being getting taken care of? We have in the backgrounds, how is the wholeness of somebody or the wholeness of human beings being handled here? That kind of thing. That was my thinking. I'm perfectly willing to throw it all out of the window, but that was my thinking.
I think in that context, I'm aligned with these 4.
And we can change the name, we can change the bucket also, finally. Right now, we should do what Vivek was suggesting, use that as an assignment for what we're going to do and think, and we fit all the things we've done into some of these buckets. What do you think?
Sounds good for the.
That will be a good exercise.
Yeah.
We have to
And the
do
next
some
time we pick it up,
brainstorming.
Vivek, if you can just show the U again, please. The slide of the U. Yes, so this session was about co-initiating, that is building common intent. Stop and listen to others and do what life calls you to do. That's what we were attempting to do. And I think to a certain degree, we've achieved that, haven't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Fody.
Yeah, now the thing is there's some more work to be done on co-initiating, making it firmer, making it clearer, make all that work we need to do. And then the next job is we'll get a finalization of what our vision is that we can go to work with. And then we have to go out into the world and do the co-sensing part. See whether what we came up with fits with reality, fits with the world, fits with the thing that's wanted and needed by the world. That'll be the next step. But we won't necessarily get it to the next, get to work on it at our next meeting. I think the next meeting is doing some more work on co-initiating and getting it even more clear. But knowing that once we got it clear, we're going to do co-sensing. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Vivek, you're aligned?
In the meantime,
Yeah.
keep the sheet. We'll keep the sheet. Now, Vivek?
Yeah, the sheet is open to all of us, yes.
For everyone's thoughts, yeah.
It is there with us, with all of us. We have logged in.
We all have a link to it, yes. My intention when we started the design was that we come to some kind of a rough cut, a rough space. It's not the final thing that we would be all final in one session. And where we are right now is we have 4 buckets, and a lot of things can come inside of those buckets. A lot of whatever you guys have thought of and you haven't yet thought of can come inside those buckets. So during this next period, you could look at what can come in those buckets. Okay. I want to hand over to Manoj. We want to do something right now about when are the next sessions. Even
Okay,
that you've got to decide.
I just have one question. Now that we have come to this stage, we can keep adding and we can keep expanding on whatever we have already given, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Manoj.
Yeah, okay. So what we are looking at is 2 things. One is a structure for you to start working together. And second is a structure for this training as a support structure parallel to your working together. Okay. This is a training session. This is not the working session, right? The work will happen within all of you as you meet, discuss, co-create further. Okay. So that is the basic spirit that we had in mind when we started. Now, I don't know how it's going to evolve, but I'm just sharing the starting point. Okay. Now, what I would suggest is we look at a couple of dates for the next 4-hour sessions and also the 2-hour session. So we planned that there will be once a month of 4-hour session and 2 sessions of 2 hours. A total 8 hours of training support in the month, plus whatever you guys plan and do in your teams. That's the working part. That was the thought process. So let's see if you are aligned to that, or if you have any other suggestions around that.
Manoj, what did you mean by our own team? Are you going to create us into smaller teams or something? Or is it just all of us together working?
All of you together without Ferdi, Vivek and Manoj.
Oh.
That's the real foundation. Right?
Right.
We are like resource people and facilitators for the time that the organization needs.
Right.
So we will provide whatever is needed and wanted, but we are not the decision makers or for the organization, right? So any thoughts, any suggestions of, so as I said, I'll repeat myself. So original plan was you guys will plan your working sessions separately, and parallel structure was to have a training session to ground you into this theory, your principles, these 5 phases of co-initiating to co-evolving. And the plan was that we handhold you for 6 months. And in those 6 months, you become a running organization. Okay. Not that we are not available afterwards, but the current support structure is to be there for 6 months, and then it will have different form. We are not going to leave Friday so easily. So
I was planning to retire, but
yeah, we have some other plans. Okay, so are you aligned to having a training support structure for this 8 hours a month, which is 1 4-hour sessions and 2 2-hour sessions?
That's all right then.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
then okay, and then will you work out whatever support, whatever working structure that you need to work out among yourself?
I think we need to do some hand holding for that.
Yeah, so I think maybe in the next session we can finalize that. You can start your work after the next session, but in between you can just reach out to each other and start kind of forming the interaction between each other, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so let's look at what I was trying to. I'm going to share a document. Let's see what I was trying to put together in the schedule. Can you see the document? Word document?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the work days that I was trying to schedule. So we had today March 12th, right? It will followed by say two sessions in March, say 21st and 28th. This is just hypothetical. Okay, we can change everything, and then it will have. Then we go to April 9th, and then it will have no. Then this will not be 18. So sorry, it will not be 11. It will be after 18. Okay.
25.
25. Okay, good. So, and then May, can you tell me?
23rd and 30th.
30th, no, 30th and
23rd.
no, we can't do 23rd. We don't want to do immediate. Yeah, okay, you're right. You're right. 23rd and 30th. Okay, and June. Can you check
20th
June?
and 27th.
Sorry, 20th.
20th and 27th.
Okay, so this is like, let's right now just look up to June. And these are Tuesdays, right? Tuesday evenings, and we'll decide the timing also. And these are the Sundays. So is this something that works for you? Everybody look at, this is 1 month, 1 Sunday a month. Okay.
Manoj,
Yeah.
April 9th is Easter, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Quite sure.
You will not, it doesn't work for you?
No,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
it's
work for me either.
It's Easter break, so 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is Easter holidays.
So we can go here 18th. So what about 18th?
16th.
Sorry, 16th?
16th. Yeah, 16th is fine. Yeah.
Vivek can help me with the, so there will be only one in April then, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. And then May, so let's first look at the work days. Okay, everybody. So 16th April, is it going to work for everyone?
Time, Manoj?
Right now I'm proposing 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. till the time somebody else proposes anything alternative. Except
Later would work for me, Manoj. 1 p.m. won't work.
you know, you need to propose an alternative.
Okay, yeah. Anytime post 3 p.m. ideally.
Okay. So 3 to 7. That's a Sunday. So that's.
No, you're talking about Tuesday. Oh, sorry, work days. I meant.
These are work days. Yeah, these are
Good.
Sunday, 1 to 5
Good. That works. Sorry, that works.
Okay, good. So let me write it here. Work days are Sundays, and weekdays are the 2-hour sessions are on Tuesdays.
Manoj was recommending 6 p.m. because
Sorry?
I was recommending work days at 6 p.m. because we have to take care of Philippines and Australia also. So earlier might be better.
Wait a minute. You're talking about
The 2-hour session on Tuesday.
Yeah.
so Tuesday's 2-hour session. We are not yet finalized the time. I'm just completing the work days first. Right. So work days 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Sundays. Is that okay for everybody?
Can we make it a 2 to 6?
Yeah, 2 to 6 may be better.
That'd be better for me.
At least have a
I'll wake
family
up
function
later.
Sunday.
Wang, will it work for you?
May 14.
2 p. No, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
It will be very late for me, Manoj. It's already like 10:30 here at the moment.
Right. Okay, Mitesh, you have to have early lunch. I was going to say, does it work for everyone except Mitesh?
That's the only day I have one lunch with my son.
Okay.
In a week.
Okay. So, Anju?
I mean, I'll go with the majority, but yeah.
Can you do 1:30 to 5:30?
Does that help you, Anju?
Yeah, perfect.
1:30 to 5:30.
I mean,
what will be the time? Right now, 5 p.m. is what time for you?
10:30 at night.
And when is the this time change happening?
Daylight savings will be
end of April.
Oh, still time.
And so where will it go to?
Then it will be 4.5 hours difference instead of 5.5 hours.
Yes, so the time will be what?
Then it will work.
9:30.
Right.
So, what I suggest is for April, let's keep this 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then after the daylight saving starts, we can change. Is that okay for you, Fadi?
Yeah, it's okay for me right now. No, I'll handle it. Don't worry. Whatever you do is fine.
Mitesh?
Yeah, it's okay. Fine.
You can have a brunch with your son.
Yeah, it's okay.
From 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so everybody, you got the work days 12th March, which is already done. So 16th April, 14th May, June 11. Any concerns of anything?
14th May. Wang has a concern for 14th May.
Yeah, Wang, what is the concern?
I also have a concern for 14th May.
Okay. What is the concern?
So I am out with my wife because it is my wife's birthday.
14th May. Yeah. Last time also I was discussing something with you. You said it's wife's birthday. How many birthdays your wife has?
That might be my birthday.
I think how many wives does
which is not manageable.
The question is, how many wives does he
wives
have?
does he have?
I didn't want to ask that, but no, seriously, just 1 or 2 months back, I was talking to him. He said, "No, I'm going out for my wife's birthday."
But where are you going? You're going for lunch, dinner, you're spending the whole day out?
No, it was my birthday. 2nd March is my birthday.
Okay, fine. So 21st May, everybody look into it, everybody.
Yeah.
Mitesh, 21st May, and no wife's birthday, right?
Yeah. Okay. And thank you very much for providing me the space of this.
Okay. And then June 11, everybody? No, then we should push it by 1 week. June 18?
No, 11th is fine, yeah. Don't push it.
June
Yeah,
11th, good.
11th should be fine.
It's good. Yeah.
Vijay, my only concern is it's too close to May 21.
You have one session in between May 21st and June 11th. One session.
No, I think we should push. Okay. You don't want to have the work days very close to each other. We will not be having any value addition.
Okay.
We can push, if you don't want 18, we can push 1 more month. 1 more.
18 look is fine. 18.
No,
Any
18th
concern?
should be fine.
Okay. Anybody having their wife or husband's birthday on 18th? Please ask them, find out today only, okay?
Girlfriend's birthday.
Okay.
Why
so
not
now,
boyfriends? Why not boyfriends? I object.
No, I have my girlfriend's birthday, not yours.
Okay, now okay, now let's look at the Tuesday sessions. Okay. What time?
I was just proposing 6 p.m. and not later because
Okay, but now I think there's a problem. There's a problem. Anything that we look into evenings, that will create a problem for Anju.
Yes. And for both of them, for Weng also.
Okay, so then we need to do something else. Oops. Anju, any suggestion?
I think even for Ferdy, it might be too early. Or
No, this is evening. No, this is evening.
Oh,
time.
evening. Okay.
So can we
Evening
create
works
early
for Ferdy.
morning? Can we
No,
create
early
early
morning
morning?
for Ferdy will not be possible. For Ferdy. For Ferdy, it will not be possible. Midnight for him.
Ferdy doesn't need to be there in the 2-hour sessions, right, Ferdy?
Okay.
Yeah.
You should come to the work days. But we will look at Anju. So Anju, you have some suggestion?
Any Indian time, 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. is fine.
Manoj, the
Ah.
issue is mornings won't work for me also.
Yeah.
I'll be for this time.
Europe. Yes.
Europe. Okay.
Yeah. Working professionals is 4 p.m., 3 p.m. okay on a weekday, like Tuesday?
Why don't you do it on a weekend?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We do on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Or we continue to do it on Sundays.
That will occupy all the Sundays.
Yeah, that will occupy all the
Sundays, Manoj.
Yeah, that will be a problem.
Yeah. So Saturdays?
4 p.m. is fine.
Saturdays also. I think if
Just only one Saturday a month.
Okay.
If it's one Saturday a month, it's possible.
But it seems to be too.
How about 4 p.m. on the weekdays, on the Tuesday, 4 p.m.?
Can we consider 4 p.m.?
I'm okay with it.
I'm
I
also
like 4 p.m.
Okay, who are
I
not
like 4
okay
p.m.
for 4 p.m. on a working day, please mention that way we can clear it up. IST 4 p.m.
I'm also okay. I'm also okay.
So not
4
okay? Anybody
p.m.
not okay?
It would be difficult for me. Like before.
Kavya is
Okay.
I have a challenge.
Okay.
So for
No critical awareness.
What's the earliest, Gavya?
Around 6, not before. Like before 6 would be really difficult.
Okay.
Okay. We go.
Manoj, we have 5 minutes before Abhinand runs away.
Yeah.
Maybe we can continue this conversation in the group and then come to a consensus.
No, we need to at least fix the next meeting. No?
Yeah.
Okay, so 21st March, what can we do? Let's fix at least for 21st March.
Can we do 6 p.m. on 21st?
Yeah, we'll do it 6 p.m. On 21st for 21st March.
Anju,
See the workability of the whole group.
Anju, what does it mean?
Yeah, I think that's more important. So just go with the 6 p.m. because for one person, then it just makes difficult for the whole group.
And then on
So maybe
March,
what I'll
then we
6
will
p.m.
sort
would
out.
be what's your time? 6 p.m. IST would be
It
your
will be 11:30.
11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. at night.
Thank you, Anju. Thank you so much. We'll see what else we can do. We'll work it out.
So on 21st, we will sort out everything for the future. Anju, can you manage one day?
Yeah, it's a 2-hour session. I think if it was 1 hour, then I would have. So, but by the time it will be sleep, it will be 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Gavya, any possibility for 5 p.m. Gavya?
Yeah, I was about to say that I'll manage somehow. Like if we do it from 5 to 7.
Okay.
I can
5 to
join
7.
the office back after 7 then.
So
Like
5 to 7 would be for Anju, it will be
10:30 to 12:30.
10:30 to 12:30.
10:30 to 12:30.
Anju, can you do it for 21st March and then we'll sort out on that?
Yes, that's possible. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Thank you
Abhishek,
so
can
much,
do it for
guys. Thank you.
21st March? Abhishek?
So 5 p.m. on 21st.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for 21st, and then we will sort out further. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will send
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Anju.
Thank you.
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Okay, everybody. Over to Vivek. Sorry.
Okay, so this is an eco game. This is not an ego game, it's an eco game. How are we going to work together? I'd like you to think about it, okay? Given that there is somebody in Portugal, somebody in Australia, somebody in Philippines, somebody is in India, somebody is in England. Just keep thinking about it. Don't and come up with some way that we could be working together It could be in 2 groups, it could be in 3 groups, it could be in 4 groups, it could be in 1 group. How you think it could be done, how we could function together. That's one thought. Second is, what is incomplete from today's work is we've got only 4 buckets. What are we going to put in those buckets? How are we going to go around with those buckets? What are we, so there's a whole world around the buckets.
And you
So
can
please
just change the name of the buckets or whatever you have written, you can add much more into it. Okay. The whole
So whatever thoughts you have, you could put it in some kind of a document, some kind of a presentation or a Word file, so that you can share it with us, so that we can see it before we meet in the next meeting. Okay, if you share it in the group, then we can see it in the next meeting, and all of you can share. Okay, please give your thoughts. The more you share your thoughts, the more we get to know the world from your eyes. And that's very, very critical. Okay. See you on the 21st. And thank you so much for your participation today.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Vivek.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Manoj.
everyone.
Thanks, Ferdy.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
everyone.